Oggi ragazzi siamo in una palestra a intervistare una persona che lavora qui e scopriremo tutti i segreti di questa professione qui in Svizzera, ovvero di chi fa l'istruttore della palestra per lavoro. In questo caso la persona è anche un fisioterapista, quindi ci faremo dire tutte le varie differenze, quanto prende, quanto non prende, per capire se magari una persona come voi, che magari si vuole trasferire qui in Svizzera a fare l'istruttore in palestra o il fisioterapista, lo può fare o no e che requisiti ci vogliono. Nice to meet you. Please tell us what's your name, your age, and what you do here in Swiss, of course.
Yeah, so I'm Robin, I'm 29, and I've came here to Swiss first to work as a physiotherapist, and now I've been working for half a year as a gym manager.
That's nice. And you always did this in your country? Also, you come from Belgium, no?
Not from the Netherlands.
From the Netherlands.
Yeah, from around Amsterdam.
Okay.
So I studied physiotherapy. Before I just did some side jobs, not really something going there. And then I wanted to look for work as a physiotherapist, and then I came to Swiss because here they had a lot of people needing physiotherapists, and in the Netherlands I found that there were places but I wasn't really comfortable with them. So I was like, hey, I want to have an adventure. They offered me work in Switzerland. Money is quite okay, or actually it's good considered other countries. You can ski, do the mountains and everything.
Okay. So the main reason you move is basically money, opportunity, and skiing. You like to ski.
Yeah. For me, main reason was really the adventure of like, hey, let's live abroad and see how that is, experience in different country. And then the money was actually like the third reason, so the least reason, but it was a nice kind of bonus.
Okay, so you are working now currently in a gym, using all your skills of physiotherapist also to maybe help people do the right positions, manage the gym. And so we speak about the salary, so that's enough to you to live here properly with what you gain. And of course, tell us how much.
So the full time here is 42.5 hours.
Okay.
I actually think that's a bit too much.
It's too much, yeah. Normally
yeah.
a chef do that time.
If I compare it to other places, or like to the Netherlands, there we work like around 38. It could be 40, but that's, still it's a bit too much in my opinion, the 42.5. And I gain like between 5,000 and 6,000.
Okay.
I think it's really enough, but it depends on how you want to live.
Okay.
If you want to live like going to restaurants a lot, going out, doing a lot of stuff, then you have to manage it maybe a little bit, because in the end I think restaurants are quite expensive, so you can like really lose all your income quickly. And in the end, like it's a good, like how you say, like average. You can easily make the months and you can easily save a little bit.
From 5 to 6 brutto.
Yeah.
You can with that money save something, you told me.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you save at least?
It really depends on how you spend the money. So if I would really try hard, it can be like more than 1,500 that I can save. But that also means not going to restaurants, etc.
Basically just work.
Yeah, well, you can still get some stuff. It depends, and it depends on your rent, how much you pay for rent as well.
And ski is very expensive here, I guess.
It depends, like it really depends, because if I was in Austria a few weeks before, and the ski passes may be a little bit cheaper over there, and mostly the food is really way much cheaper over there. But in general, I think it balances out with what you gain in salary. So it doesn't really make a big difference, because you also earn more salary. It ends up kind of similar.
You tell me you can save some money, but you invest it or you keep in your bank account?
So now I kept it in my bank account. I was looking to invest kind of for a year a bit, like, hey, how should I do that? But I wasn't sure, and I didn't want to make crazy mistakes with that. So I was a bit like, hey, I first want to train myself to learn about it and then start it. I was just at that part where I could start doing it, but now since I'm leaving,
now you need it all.
I couldn't do it.
Okay, so you work in a gym like a gym manager, and when you find this job, what type of diploma they require you, documents, something particular they require you that you remember?
But what you need for it is like a sort of diploma in fitness and training. So it could be your basic fitness trainer diploma that you can also get in Switzerland, but you can also get it in other countries. I studied physio, so because of physiotherapy, I kind of automatically have that diploma as well, because it shows that you know about training, about healthcare in general. So that's what you need, like a sport diploma. It could be a personal trainer, it could be just fitness trainer, it could be, I believe, sport and life sciences, just all stuff like that.
You are from Netherlands, you told me. You are not Swiss, so do you think they pay you a little less, or you have the impression that they treat you different? Like maybe they can treat a Swiss guy in your...
It could be. Well, when I started, I had the bit of a higher salary expectation, and then they wanted to give me less, and I was like, hey, I need this job kind of, so I will just take it, and I don't really negotiate the salary. But I know that other people get more, and I'm not sure if it's because they do extra tasks, which could be the case, or it's just because they work there longer.
But in your case, you speak already German.
Mm-hmm.
You think if you didn't speak German, that will be a big malus for you?
Yeah, the interview was in German, and the company is technically, it's English, but they're speaking all German in Switzerland. So the whole head office where they work is all German.
Okay, so without
you
Germany,
need it.
no opportunity to have
No,
this job.
that's exactly another qualification, is the German.
So
You have to do like a course for like reanimation and stuff, but you can also do that when you get the job. So when you already start, and then you can do the course. But like in Switzerland in general, if you live in the German part, like everyone is kind of pushing you to speak German. So even if you're not and you speak English, you can like manage with Swiss people as well. But at jobs, in the end, I feel like they really want you to learn it and speak it. And even people like the Swiss people mostly, but also other foreigners that know German, are really like, yeah, you need to adapt to the country, so you have to learn the language to be more involved. And
Okay, for what is my experience, I'm a chef, but I changed more jobs just to try it and also to survive because I'm not working now. Is that basically if you don't speak German, you take at least 1,000 less than a normal German person at Mount, of course, brutto.
Okay.
After you start, maybe if you learn German or if you are good in your job, I think this country gives you more opportunity than maybe Italy can do. Because in Italy there is not too much meritocracy, and here there is.
Also, in the end, you need it for the permit. Like you get your B permit, and then you can prolong it for like 10 years technically. But for a C permit, if you want it, you need to have one of the languages of the country.
Yeah, like
but
A1,
Italian
I
would
think.
also count. B2.
B2.
You need
okay.
B2 for the. I needed that for the C permit.
How is in Netherlands? Do you still have like a insurance that you have to pay, or is like an Italy thing?
Yeah, in the Netherlands you have, well, I can maybe explain it a bit better. In Switzerland you have two insurances. You have your basic Krankenkasse and you have your Unfallversicherung. So Unfall is like accident one, and the accident one you pay through your work, and the basic one you pay normally from your own money. And in the Netherlands we only have the basic one, and in the basic one the accidental one is kind of included. But the difference is a lot, because here the basic one starts around 300 depending on age, and in the Netherlands it's like 100 per month that you pay. And in the Netherlands then you can choose add-ons or not. If you want to do also the dentist or physiotherapy, you can choose like a package which has more, and then you pay a bit more. But you have to have like a basic one, but it includes everything, and not here it's separated with the accidental one.
What's the positive part to be a gym manager?
And just having nice talks and meeting new people usually. I really like just being social, and I feel like here you can really do it because there are like 400 people or something coming in. At the end you kind of meet some people that you have maybe a connection with, so you talk more with them. And it's like almost having this sort of friendships while working, and you're just talking while you're there at work. So that makes it really interesting and nice.
And some negative experience that you had, if you want to tell?
I find it difficult to say it about the job itself. One thing is cleaning, I think. Like in the end, for the gym, you just have to have the gym to be clean and stuff. And there's always something. Like the machines, they get dusty within a day. So technically, you should clean the machines every day to have them like perfect condition. Yeah. But it's too crazy. It's not possible. If you don't have trainings with people, you're almost like a cleaner. And we actually have a cleaning lady that does the floor and stuff. But we are still in the end having to check stuff to clean and to keep the gym in shape the best. I think the cleaning is kind of needed, but it's really not what you want, because you want to work with gym, with sports and training.
You will recommend this job like maybe for the first job of a person that come here?
I was talking about this with a friend. Like if you first come to Switzerland, I think this is perfect.
I think also it's a really good job
because
to start.
You get to know a bit of people, you work with people, within that you can learn the language a bit, to try to speak maybe in German with them, depending if you're trying to learn it, and you can meet people and do stuff. And also the job is quite easy. So for me it's chill, I don't feel any stress. It's just coming, doing the things, and you get the salary.
Or you are a physiotherapist, why didn't change for physiotherapy?
So I did physio for 4 years in Switzerland.
Oh, you did it?
Maybe 3.5 something. Yeah, okay. I was physio, that's how I came here first.
Okay.
But then I got tired of being physio.
Okay.
And then I was looking for something else, and I took like half a year. I applied to all different things, the banks, the also insurance companies. I applied for a lot, but it was difficult with my profile because I just did physio,
Yeah, it's really hard if you are like me, for example. I did more than 10 years in kitchen. It's really hard to change to do, for example, banking because they required a banking diploma.
Exactly.
So here in Italy, you maybe can do it somehow.
That's exactly my experience that I had. So I was trying half a year. I think I applied maybe 100, 200 things. And it was all like a little bit with sports maybe, or with healthcare maybe. But they are really looking for like, do you have the papers and the experience? And I thought, hey, I have German B2, physio, it's a university level. So maybe they're open, but they weren't in the end. And it was, maybe I went also for a bit too high positions.
What is the difference between this job and your physio job? I mean, about salaries and things like that.
It depends, because the foreigners that come to Switzerland as a physio, they are also quite underpaid. So when I started, I earned way less as a physio in Switzerland. This job, it's like between 5 and 6. And I think for physio, you could get between 6 and 7. But it really depends. If you start, they might give you less. Like for me, they also give me less.
From 4 to 5, you guess, I think.
Yeah,
almost
exactly.
5 maybe, but not.
Yeah, between 4 and 6 a bit.
Do you think you did the right choice? Or?
Yeah. Because with physio, I was really a bit overworked. Like it was crazy. You have half an hour of a patient. Technically, you could do 20 or 25 minutes of treatments. Then you have 5 minutes in between, and then another patient, and then another patient, and another, and then in the end, like 9 hours or 8 hours a day. So that's like 18 patients almost, and you have to be like on, like 100%, going straight the whole time, speaking with them, trying to do a good job, and that's super intense because there's no break. Then you have your lunch break, but that's just half an hour, and then it goes again. So it was very, actually it's just very hard to give that much energy, and with here it's kind of the opposite. I don't have to be on in general, maybe for a minute if I have to do some tasks. And I have kind of all the time. I have some tests I have to do, but they're for the whole day. So I can just think, okay, this is what we have to do. Let's plan this now for this hour, then the next hour I do that, then this is there and there. And it's way more chill. And for that, it was good to try it, to experience the difference in it, and to get like really the break from physio and experience a job where it's not as stressful and as like quickly going. So for that, yes, but for me, it's not a job that I really like. So I wouldn't say to people like, yeah, this is really a good job, go and be a gym manager. But that's mostly, like I said, because of the cleaning and there's no growth really in it.
Yeah, I think it's really hard to grow more than this here, at least. Yeah. You cannot be manager of 2 gyms together, so...
Exactly, yeah.
Who will you recommend to other people to come here to do like a physio or like a gym manager?
Actually, it's difficult to answer because now I'm leaving Switzerland. I would really recommend it, and also money-wise, I think Switzerland is good. So if you're like, hey, I want to save up and I want to have this plan economically, it's really interesting. But if your goal is more to have fun and everything, then
but don't spoiler that. That we're gonna speak in another video, in the video where you're gonna tell us why you live in Swiss after 5 years working and living here. But for that purpose, we're gonna do a different video that will be on the channel already, I think, or maybe after this. So you guys just go in the channel and search it, because this man, his face will be in the cover, so it's easy to find it, no problem. Okay, so thank you very much for your time and your opinion. We'll see what people think it about in the comment section, of course.
Yeah.
Bene ragazzi, spero davvero che questo video sia stato di vostro gradimento. Ci siamo riempiti di un sacco di informazioni utili e spero che siano utili soprattutto per voi. A me interessa poco, visto che questo non è il mio campo, però è interessante anche capire come vanno gli altri lavori qui in questa zona. Stiamo parlando della Svizzera Tedesca, che può essere un posto molto molto conveniente, ma anche molto sconveniente, a volte dipende poi dal caso. In ogni caso direi che questo è un lavoro abbastanza figo e impegnativo, come avete potuto sentire. 42 ore non sono poche per un personal trainer, per un fisioterapista che lavora in palestra, però qui purtroppo funziona un po' così. Detto ciò, io vi ringrazio, vi saluto, mi raccomando, mettete mi piace quando vedete, iscrivetevi e attivate la campanellina, perché la maggior parte di voi guarda i miei video ma non si iscrive al canale. Cosa t'ho fatto di male? Iscriviti per favore, schiaccia quel pulsante lì, e se vuoi vedere tutti i miei video in anticipo puoi abbonarti per 2 euro al mese. Oltre a quello c'è anche la mia guida qui sotto descrizione che ti dice come trasferirti in Svizzera e come trovare lavoro, tutto in 36 comode pagine per aiutarti il più possibile. Detto ciò, io vi ringrazio, vi saluto e noi ci vediamo alla prossima.